Hey, welcome to Monday Night Raw recap review, all that good jazz. Um, that's all I got to say. Let's just get this shit show on the road.
The shit show?
Mm-hmm.
Who are you again?
All right, I'm Telfari.
I'm CK.
I'm Knight Rider.
And now that we've got all that taken care of, because professional over here.
Yeah, that's what we're calling it.
Hold on, I'm trying to get my stream up.
But yeah, the show starts off with a bang.
Oh my god, yes.
CM Punk comes out in his truck. He comes out, stands up on top of the announcer's desk, and he says, "What is he saying? Let me."
It was just. Before we get into all this, he said a whole lot about a lot.
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, he was on fire. Some people are saying that it was probably one of his best promos ever.
Oh yeah.
And probably one of his best promos since he's been back.
Definitely. It was golden.
But yeah.
He comes out there and says, I'm about to get Netflix, or I'm about to get Raw canceled off Netflix. You guys might as well consider this a State of the Union address. Everybody says I'm done, that I've exhausted all my options for WrestleMania. But I'm not done yet. He says, I'm gonna come out here, I'm gonna address all of my enemies, and since I'm CM Punk, that's everybody. And then he goes on to say, Dwayne, you think because you're on the board of directors you're immune from criticism? You don't know who you're dealing with. You're dealing with the best in the world. Middle-aged and crazy, walk through hell. You're walking wherever you feel like it and tell everybody you're a bigger star than anybody here. I'll say it to your face, but you haven't graced us with your presence tonight.
You come out here, you do your bullshit, and he starts tapping his arm.
Yeah. You pretend to care about this business that you say gives you goosebumps. You're delusional. You carry a fake belt to make yourself feel like a champion. Punk earns his titles. And he says, Cena, I can't see you. Well, now everybody can see through you. And everybody else has just learned what I've known for a long time. That you put on a mask each and every week when you come out to these people.
Yeah, I mean, he was lighting a torch, man.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lot to this. I mean, I put in, like, bare basic what he said. But, I mean, it was...
He was on fire. But he says, you know...
Like I said, he had that... He didn't have a match. The motherfucker had this torch from the Statue of Liberty lighting on fire.
He had a flamethrower. But yeah, he says, Cena, you stole something from me at Elimination Chamber. 20 years of hustle, loyalty, and respect. I gave you the benefit of the doubt.
Yep.
And now everybody knows what I've been, what I've known for 20 years.
All you've done is preach bullshit.
Yep. You're going to see me down the road, and I'm going to get my hands on you. Both you bald frauds. And when I do, you're going to wish I never did. And then he starts on Seth Rollins, and he looks straight in the camera, and he says, Becky Lynch, you better come get your man before I do. Because if I get my hands on him, I'm going to put him in a wheelchair.
And on that note, and I did not put it in here, I didn't even find the tweet that it was because it was deleted.
Mm-hmm.
But Becky posted a comment.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. She says, I'm not the one who needs to come and get my man.
Yep.
Obviously, teasing that AJ Lee's going to come back.
And they pulled it, like, almost instantaneously.
Mm-hmm.
So, and again, I'm going to get into this in a little bit. But just keep this in mind, the AJ Lee thing. And it's not that I'm even saying she's coming back, or nobody is saying, but Triple H has made a few comments that have made people really think.
Yeah.
And then, like, when Seth, like, right when Punk says that, Seth's music hits, Seth comes out from, like, well, actually, as soon as his music hit, Punk dropped that mic and was gone.
Oh yeah, they
like
start
a lightning shot.
They start beating the hell out of each other.
Seth walks out, like, around the Titantron, the entranceway, and Punk's already, like, halfway there, and they just start slugging.
Oh yeah, like there is no love lost between those two. And Adam Pearce finally does his fucking job. Because he comes out there with like 16 security guards.
And is like trying to hold him back, like by like, you over there, you over. It's like
it doesn't do it. Like they're out there fighting for a solid 10 minutes before we finally cut to commercial. We come back. They're finally being escorted out of the building.
Well, they were still fighting.
Yeah.
When like, and here's the thing, guys. I learned something. And I'm really mad about this. And it's nothing that. Well, maybe WWE can fix it. I understand it's a whole Netflix thing. But some of the guys I watch, which we all know who I watch a lot of, when it comes to like the Raw breakdowns, Wrestling Days is one of my go-tos. Ango is one of my go-tos. There is another guy who I will not bring up his name because I'm not even going to... It's like Logan Paul, for instance, but only he's WWE, and if you watch him, I apologize. I'm sorry that you know who I'm talking about, and he's an idiot. If you know who I'm talking about, fantastic. I'm not going to bring up who it is, but do not watch his stuff. His stuff is complete and utter BS on that note. But Wrestling Days brought up, like, that they, in the UK, which is where he watched it, they're not even showing commercials anymore on Netflix.
That sounds fucking nice.
They're on like the WWE streams. They're getting like backstage footage. They're getting extra interviews. And they watch them fight through the whole entire our commercial break.
Damn.
So I'm really kind of upset about that, guys. So if you watch this in the UK,
we're gonna have to get a computer and start using a VPN.
I'm telling you, I've thought about that. And I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'd love to be sponsored by somebody when we get that far. Excuse me. When we get that far.
Well, yeah, I mean, if everybody else is getting like the full, like if they're over in the UK getting all the good shit, we're gonna have to start using a VPN so we can get like the extra backstage interviews and shit.
If I could figure out 100% knowing that I could get it on an Xbox or in the TV itself,
you might be able to get a VPN.
Well, there you go. That's your job.
Okay. Anyway.
Oh,
and then we have.
Then we get. Oh my God. This I'm gonna tell you all, and this is a deep dark secret. I do have a temper, okay, but we were eating, and I had a knife, and I know this might not be the best thing, but I got so mad at fucking Ben Baller, I went ah! and stabbed the knife through a plastic table like what this one
is. The Finn Balor. Okay, so basically we go back to Judgment Day. Dom asks Finn if everything was okay. He says, yeah, sure. Dom says Liv and Raquel are the greatest women's champions of all time. Liv to Raquel, I think it's time to go after the Intercontinental title. She says tonight she will keep an eye on the match. Then Liv asks Finn if everything is okay. He says it's all good. He's happy for her and Raquel, even though you lost the chamber. And we were talking about this. Finn, you didn't even make it to the chamber. Shut your mouth.
This is where I went, boom! And we are, understand, we are 100% know that it is 100% fake. But it still is 100% a soap opera.
Yeah,
and we are all connected to the soap opera.
It's a soap opera where they beat each other up, basically.
Exactly.
But yeah, Finn's like, even though you didn't win the Elimination Chamber, it's good. Blah 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 blah. And then he goes on to say, Dom and Carlito got embarrassed last week by Breaker. Dom says that you had a chair in your hand and you still backed away. And that starts their little tiff, and obviously Dom's like, well, if we had another member, and Finn is like, no, we don't get another member. I really don't get what his thing about they had another member, and now he's gone.
Because, here's my thing, I think, and this is me talking, and maybe you two have a different opinion, maybe you have the same opinion. I think when JD comes back, if I was JD, after everything that happened, because I'm going to tell you that when JD comes back, I'm going to cheer JD.
Oh, yeah. If JD comes back, I don't even want to see. I want to see him come back completely on his own. Doesn't even speak to the judgment. Like, he comes out and he attacks Braun Breaker, for example.
Yeah. Or
just completely on his own, whoops his ass, and then, we see him backstage and
Judgment Day is like, good job, glad to see you're back on our side.
And he's like, I don't need you. I'm not with you guys. I'm here to get
None of you bothered when I was gone.
Yeah.
I mean, go down that road. No, not one of you called. Not one of you said anything to me when I was gone. And now you think I'm still here?
Nope. I'm off on my own. And that just makes the cracks in Judgment Day even stronger. Once again, I cannot wait to see Dom go off on his own. But we're getting sidetracked like we usually do.
Well, hey, you know what? That's another thing, guys. We could have a little bit extra time because he does not have.
Yeah, I don't have kickboxing tonight.
So we don't have to rush things. So if we get sidetracked, we can always kind of refocus and get back, and we're not struggling for time. To where I usually am like, okay, guys, we gotta get through this in 2 hours. Blah 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 blah. So if we get sidetracked, we're still good.
Yeah, but
I don't want to get too sidetracked to where we're way off subject and have to fight our way back.
Balor's like, everything's fine. We're gonna deal with Breaker tonight.
I'm gonna deal. He says, I'm gonna deal with Breaker tonight.
Yeah. And
that's what he said.
And we all know how that ends up going, but we'll get to that. And then we have Otis versus Gunther, and this was a fantastic match.
But I want to get to the stuff because Gunther came out with a microphone, and again, Gunther is great on that mic. As a heel, he's phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
But he tells Otis, as he's coming to the ring, that he's an embarrassment, that he knows he's strong as an ox.
And, everyone says you're a freak of nature. I just think you're a freak.
I mean, it's, you're in the same category as Jay. All you do is pander to these
group of degenerates. You don't belong in my sacred ring. They don't cheer for you. They cheer for you because they pity you. Otis, did you take a look in the mirror this morning? Because I did.
I found this one. I'm a big guy.
Yeah.
I found this one a little disrespectful.
Yeah, it was just really rude. Because he says, did you look in the mirror this morning? Because I did, and I saw the WWE Championship belt around my waist. Meanwhile, you can't even find a belt that fits. And I'm just like, okay, like, genuinely just rude.
Like, I understand the heel, but this is,
that one was just rude. Like, just straight up rude.
What is it called? There for a long time, and maybe somebody watching this will know and they'll call me out on it. WWE had this whole thing about anti-bullying.
Yeah.
For a long time, many, many years. I don't remember exactly what. Be a Star or something.
Mm-hmm.
And that was bully shit.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that is stuff that you say to, and if you do, you're an idiot. And please stop if you're watching this and you're the bully. The big kid, I mean, don't make comments like that, because here's the thing. And I'm not saying that I dealt with any of this. I'm not saying I did. I'm not saying I didn't. But you never know what's going on up here or at home.
It's the old saying. If you don't have anything kind to say, don't say anything at all.
Because here's the thing, guys. If at the core of it, you don't know who they are. You don't know the struggles that they have. You don't know why they are what they are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if there's certain things that you don't like, don't pay attention.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to go up and be their friend. Yeah. Maybe that big guy that sits in the corner by himself.
Go talk to him.
Go talk to him.
Because your words have a lot more power than you think they do, whether they're kind or mean.
And there's multiple, you can even look it up all over the internet. And I'm going to take a serious second here. And I'm sure Tafari and Knight Rider will agree, because you hear this all the time. There was legit people. There was a wrestler probably 5, 6, 7 years ago now that was like in her mid-20s, really up-and-coming Japanese wrestler. Somebody had made a comment about her saying she done a horrible job. She should never have been a wrestler. She committed suicide.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, you know, depression, you can get into your own head, and just somebody making some little comment
Oh yeah, it spirals
can be
out of
enough
control.
to flip a switch.
Mm-hmm.
And you can sit there and think, oh, I'll never do that, until you do.
Yeah. Like I said, your words have a lot more power than you think they do, you know. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything.
That's why really, that kind of, and I think you noticed it, and so did
yeah, like
that moment was like,
That one was just like disrespectful.
That one stung. You can call me a freak, but yet call me strong, whatever. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, being called a freak, all that, whatever. But like that one was just legitimately rude.
Yeah, that one was on borderline bully, and I still love Gunther. Don't get me wrong, but that comment I think was a little uncalled for.
Yeah. Anyway, he goes on to say, you know, if you could be great if you just had a little bit of self-respect. But don't worry, I'm gonna teach you about self-respect, just like Jey Uso. And then you called it out, Gunther. What's the word? Yeah, he goes for a cheap shot. He kicks him in the face before the bell rings, and you even said it. Gunther's better than that. Yeah. He has never done that. Not in a match. He's a sucker punched people, all that, whatever. That's just classic heel stuff. But before a match is completely different. He doesn't need to hit people before the match starts to win.
And again, whoever is writing this, I think that they need some rework on that, because Gunther, that's not who I see Gunther as.
Yeah.
Whether it's heel or face, I don't see Gunther being this. He doesn't need a cheap shot.
Yeah.
You book him as, and it's fantastic. I love it. Don't get me wrong. You book him as this big, mean SOB, and he's great at it. He's phenomenal. He can pull it off on the mic. He can pull it off in the ring.
Yeah.
For him to go up and sucker punch somebody? No, come on.
At least before a match, like we said, he's attacked people behind before. That's whatever. That's
heel. That's
but when
heel.
it's before a match is the problem.
After a match, fine, which he also does. But that's irrelevant. What I'm trying to get at is, I believe
he doesn't need to sucker punch people to win a match.
Yes, and I don't think he did. But that's the path that it...
Yeah, ended up taking.
Where it was going.
Because here's the thing. Otis was kicking his ass for a good portion of that match.
But you know what? And the thing is, Otis took everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Like, there was a point in which that match could have flipped, and you'd have been 100% like...
Yeah, I genuinely thought a few times there. Like, if he had hit that top rope belly flop, whatever it is, Gunther was out. I don't care who you are, what you say. If Otis landed that, Gunther was gone. If that was a title match and he hit that, Otis would be the new World Heavyweight Champion.
Which I would love to see. That'd be great.
Hear me out. I would fucking love to see Otis at main eventing WrestleMania against Gunther. I know it's not gonna happen.
I only have one thing for that. Oh yeah!
Yeah, exactly. I would love to see that.
I love that about Otis too, because even when Gunther was saying all this, you could see the leg twitch.
Yeah, the leg twitch. And when he got slammed in the middle of the ring, and Tozawa was out there getting the universe going, and you just saw his legs shaking,
and then he started.
Yeah, I love it.
Otis is beautiful with that.
Because Gunther even said it. Otis could be phenomenal. He could be a World Heavyweight Champion easily. So I would love to see that someday. But Gunther ends up winning. Like we said, Otis took everything Gunther had and kept on kicking. But eventually, Gunther wins with a powerbomb.
And then he attacks Otis after the match.
Yeah, with the chokehold. And then Tozawa jumps in.
And it jumps on him from behind and starts trying to choke him.
And
Tozawa, you have to remember, Tozawa's like a third Gunther's size.
Yeah, so he gets tossed off. He gets power slammed on top of Otis. And then Gunther's about to power slam Otis on top of Tozawa, which would have killed the poor kid. And then Jay's music hits. He runs out there. They get into it. Gunther runs out of the ring. And then Jey Uso is on top of the ropes, yeeting with the crowd. And then
A-Town Down Under.
Little shit stands that they are. Jump in the ring. Attack Jey Uso. He runs them off because they're worthless. But then Gunther gets back in the ring. I even called it because he was still out there.
Yeah, you did.
Hits Jay with the sleeper hold. Puts him to sleep. And then walks away like he accomplished something.
But... supposedly, and I didn't put that in here because I couldn't find an official announcement for it, and I kind of want to find something a little more official.
Mm-hmm.
But supposedly that is setting up a match for next week. It's Austin Theory versus Jay for next week.
Yeah, I see that.
So I couldn't find an official.
I would love to see a tag team match with him and Otis.
No, that'd be funny. I love that idea.
Jay and Otis versus A-Town Down Under.
That would be great.
They would get curb stomped.
I would love to see that. Good job, Tafari. That would be.
It's not going to happen, but
that would be amazing.
Oh, I bet it does.
Anyway, then we cut to. Well, actually, we don't cut to. We have commercials and whatever else. The promos for what happened at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
We have a couple other things in there, and I didn't put all those because we've seen them all 100
Yeah,
times.
it's literally just repeat. Like the entire. Look, I get that it's like this grand big thing, but you don't need to show it to us 50 times throughout the night. We all saw it on Saturday.
And if you didn't see it on Saturday, once or twice, fine. But we literally probably saw it say, hey, this is what's coming, and then show us when you want to show us.
Yeah, like they literally went back and showed us John Cena attacking Cody like 5 different times.
Yeah. So anyway, but we get to the interview with AJ Styles, and I thought this was kind of cool because they asked AJ, what do you think about the ending of Elimination Chamber? You have a history with John Cena and Cody Rhodes. What do you think about John Cena selling out? And he's like, wow, just wow. And Karrion Kross comes up and goes...
Yeah, and he's like all over. He's like all up on him.
It's not surprising if you think about it. Which, again...
There were a bunch of red flags and nobody saw it coming. So...
But the thing is...
Exactly.
They've been kind of throwing the ball and everyone went, oh, no.
Yeah, it's going to be Cody.
No. Everybody kept hitting it away.
Mm-hmm.
And, and then he asked him, he's like, so, Logan Paul interrupted you last week. What do you think about that? He goes, yeah, maybe he needs a reminder. Maybe the WWE Universe needs a reminder of who AJ Styles really is.
So next week, I'm going to call out Logan Paul.
And then he looks at Cross and he's like, and are you supposed to be the devil on my shoulder? And he goes, because God knows my evil ways, which is a throwback, which I did not know, to AJ Styles' heel persona from TNA. That was his intro song.
Oh, that's
was called God Knows My Evil Ways.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
So that was kind of a throwback to the TNA days, which I thought was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. And then we have Ivy versus Lyra.
Which was actually real. I was surprised. Ivy gave it everything.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, for a long...
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not trying to cut you off, but I do want to bring this up. A lot of people are wondering, because both of them sold it really well.
Oh, yeah.
The ankle lock, and there was a part Ivy was twisting.
Oh yeah, it was not meant to bend that way, like the referee said.
And I understand that it's fake, But there was time I was like, ooh.
Like, she about to snap that bitch.
Yeah. Like I said, I understand, guys, that it's 100% fake, and do not try any of this at home. We say this all the time. But there was a point, I mean, if this was her ankle, she had that thing like...
Oh, yeah, it was bending all around her. Well, yeah, it was a phenomenal back-and-forth match. Ivy was dominating for a vast majority of it because...
And she had, and again, I know it wasn't legit, but... She kind of kept... They do it all the time. Kind of sell, not sell, not sell, back and forth. And you can kind of see Lyra when she, like, remembered.
Yeah.
I know that sounds bad, but I don't think it was... What's the word I'm looking for?
A botch?
Yeah, I don't think it was a botch. I think it was more or less... Like, you had certain points you have to hit.
Yeah.
And you don't always... have to focus on my ankle or my leg when you have to. Now there was times Lyra tried to pick her up and
she fell
and she dropped and then held her ankle, held her leg, because Ivy was attacking her leg.
Yeah, she like that was the entire match was Ivy fucking up her leg, and she was doing great at it.
You know, it was her
left
leg.
Yeah.
She was attacking it, but like we said.
Lyra
winds up winning, retaining her Intercontinental Championship. And then we have it yet for the second, whatever it was.
Yeah, second.
Time for the night.
Jackie tries to interview Seth as he's walking out, but he sees CM Punk and they just start beating the fuck out of each other once again.
And again, Pierce, for the second time in the night! Holy shit!
I know!
The world is coming to an end! And you all know how we think about Adam Pierce. Adam Pierce does not do his job.
But tonight he did.
He was doing something. I don't know if it's as good as Nick, but he was definitely trying to peak that bar a little bit. But anyway, he's like, you out! You out! I want to talk to you, and he was like all over the place, and
so he takes Seth outside to his boss.
He's like, this has to stop. You know, I know you don't like Punk. Punk doesn't like you. We need to settle this.
Yeah, and Seth's like, no, let me finish this. And Adam's like, you want to finish it? Okay, fine. Next week, it's Seth Rollins versus CM Punk in a steel cage.
And here's the kicker. And if you know, you know. And if you don't, why are you watching WWE? I'm being funny, but next week they will be at Madison Square Gardens, which technically is not where it began, but where WrestleMania began, like one of their big venues that they go to, like on the road to WrestleMania. Like they're always, like Madison Square Gardens is like always a huge event for them.
Oh yeah.
So we are getting probably one of the best Raws before Mania. And again, we will get to this later, but it's just going to keep, we're going to keep getting, not to take away from Sheamus, but we're going to keep getting banger after banger,
yeah.
You know, and WWE needs to keep up the momentum. We just watched, I'm happy that I know a lot of people aren't, you just watched probably the top tier baby face of the whole entire
WWE
turn heel.
Yep.
And this has a lot of shades, and everybody's talking about it too. You'll remember, you probably too young to remember if you were even alive. I'd have to look up the exact year. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have been born yet. But everybody is comparing this to the night Hulk Hogan turned.
Yeah.
You had top tier Hulk Hogan, uber duper super greatest of all time baby face, say your prayers, eat your vitamins, turn heel.
Yep.
Like the flip of a switch. And you know, this is on that same level, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And whether you love him, whether you hate him, this is what I want to see. I want to see, and a lot of people are now trying to figure out how does John Cena become a face after all this before he retires.
I don't think he does.
There's that too. And a lot of people are saying he doesn't. He walks out as a heel. He walked in as a heel. He walks out as a heel. You had 20 years of him being
the babyface.
The babyface.
Yep.
You had about a year or so of him being the heel, maybe 2, maybe 3 at tops.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're going to get the last year, heel.
Yep.
Exactly.
But then we have Kaiser coming out to the ring, and he's basically just talking shit about Penta, like, oh, I just took back what was rightfully mine. I stole back the attention that Penta's been getting for the last few weeks, you know. And Penta, if you still think we have unfinished business, you better hope that we don't. Because if you step in this ring with me again, I'm going to make what John Cena did to Cody Rhodes look like nothing compared to what I'm going to do to you. And then Penta comes out there and beats his fucking ass.
Well, I mean, they had their little...
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Kaiser did get a good one.
He got one hit in, and then he got his ass... He literally got tossed out of the ring.
By no means, you know I'm not a Kaiser fan.
It was not... There was no back and forth. Kaiser got maybe one hit in, and then got tossed out of the ring and made to look like a little bitch.
Yep.
And here's the thing. I'm not a Kaiser fan, but I think he's great in that ring. I think he deserves better than what he's been getting. But they just keep making him look like a bitch. Repeatedly, week after week after week after week. So I understand, like I know we were talking about it probably a month ago at this point, but you know, he didn't sell the sacrifice against Penta, and he's like, why should I? I'm just getting treated like a high-paid jobber. And I understand where he's coming from. I mean, aside from this, like, that triple threat last week was the first win he's had
in months.
Yeah. And he deserves better than that. But anyway.
Then it gets to the Bianca Belair interview, and, you know, they're kind of asking her, so what's going on with the Jade and the Naomi thing? And she's like, I don't know. I have to focus on WrestleMania. I haven't heard from them since it all started. Everybody's, like, really confused. Like, these are supposed to be your 2 best friends. And you've not heard from either one of them in 48 hours. Now, again, you know how this is. And you know how I am, and you know how I am when it comes to my best friend, my sister.
Yeah.
You guys know her as Danger. If I haven't talked to her in a day, I'm like, I didn't talk to Shauna yesterday. Did you talk to her? No. I'm like, I'll be texting like, sis, are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine. Okay. Just making sure, and she'll call me and be like, what's up? So, I mean, within 24 hours, I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Why have I heard from you?
Yeah.
You know, so to not hear from them in 48 hours,
it's kind of strange.
I don't know. We'll see how.
Like I said, and there's a lot of things that people are talking about that. Again, I'm gonna throw this out there, and you keep telling me I'm wrong. You keep saying you don't know, but I don't know if you're starting to see it. But I'm telling you, and you can count me on this. Bianca knows.
Well, yeah, I think she knows. I don't think she was involved. But here's the thing. Now that I'm thinking about it, she does have to become a heel. Because our champion is a face. And I don't see them turning our new champion a face. Or a heel, I mean.
Well, there's a lot of... okay, I didn't point them all out. I didn't even point any of them out. But there is a lot of things that have been done over the past even 24, 48 hours that Bianca has said, that have been said looking at the past Bianca. Now that John Cena has done what he's done,
oh yeah,
everybody is under a microscope.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of people are thinking that if you look back at all the things that have happened, like even at Elimination Chamber. She makes Bianca start screaming when Jade's attacking Naomi. No, it's supposed to be Liv. It's supposed to be Liv.
Mm-hmm.
Is it her trying to put the blame on? It's like I said. We're sitting here going down because of the John Cena.
Yeah, I get you.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to focus on a lot of that, but I want you guys to know that I am looking into it. I'm not trying to take anything away from you guys. I mean, but I'm the one who does a lot of the background looking, the researching. So again, if there's anything you guys find that you think I need to see, or even these two, they'll let me know.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. Put in the WWE Discord.
Yeah, like I said,
put it in our Discord. We literally have a channel for the WWE stuff that I try to post little things that I find in there that I do try to bring up on here that I can't necessarily show you 100% what they are, but I can put them in there so you guys can essentially go and look at them.
Mm-hmm.
So just know that they are there for your entertainment. You to go and do your own research. If there's something you need me to watch or you think I need to see, feel free. I ain't got no problem with you putting in the Discord saying, hey, CK, Tafari, Knight Rider, whatever, look at this.
Yep.
You know, I think you guys might want to bring this up. I had people ask me questions on here. If you find it something and you want me to bring it up on the stream, I'll tell you, hey, I included the stream. I'll put it in the Discord notes. Hey, we're going to talk about it in the stream. Feel free to jump in and give us your thought on blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know, I got no problem with that. But yeah, there's been a lot of talk of that. Like, now Bianca's under that microscope.
Yeah, like I said, I think they're... Because, once again, I think they're going to turn Bianca heel. Does that necessarily mean she was the... I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Like, she's going to turn heel.
And then we get to one of the weirdest parts of the night.
Yeah, this made no fucking sense. What we see...
Is Chad Gable like wandering around Mexico?
I
was assuming it was Mexico.
Yeah, I think it looked like Mexico.
And he's asking,
hey, have you seen this guy? Hey, have you seen this guy? And eventually he winds up some back alley
like
and,
on the side of a building,
and
this
finds
guy like steps out from behind the building with a box. And all you literally see, and I'll even use this, all you literally see is this guy standing there with this box.
And he's like,
Yep.
you know, you want to know...
You want the secrets to Lucha Libre?
You cannot... He says, like, you cannot defeat what you do not understand.
And he's holding the box. And Chad is sitting there with this wad of money. And the guy, like, goes to hand it to him. And he's like...
Yeah, and he ends up giving him, like, $500 for this box. And then Chad opens and he's like... And I think it was even glowing. Maybe it wasn't.
It was the lighting, I think. I don't think it was supposed to be glowing.
But he reaches in.
We were really making jokes about this, and there's a lot of people making jokes about this. Okay? If it was a mask, which everybody's assuming it was a mask, some are seeing El Jeff from Lucha Underground, which there's some people just talking, and even... the people I look at are kind of saying, yeah, maybe, but we're not going to bring it up. So, but they were making it to where all he needed, and the idea of it was all he needed was this mask to become a great luchador. And as we've talked about multiple times, Tafari is going into kickboxing. He eventually wants to progress to wrestling.
You can't just go buy a mask and magically become a luchador. That's not how it works. If that's how it worked...
You're buying a mask tomorrow.
Exactly. I will save up money for the next 6 months, get me a mask, boom, I'm the next Rey Mysterio. That's not how it works. If it was, everybody and their grandmother would be becoming a luchador. You just go find some shady dude in a back alley, get you a mask, it might have a few herpes or AIDS on it, but we don't worry about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that what we're going?
You're buying a mask from a guy in a back alley. You don't think you're gonna...
Herpes and AIDS?
You're gonna get some kind of disease. I don't know what it is, but it's not good.
I love you.
Anyway, we move on to the War Raiders versus the Creed Brothers, and this was a great.
Before when they were introducing the War Raiders, they announced that today, so yesterday, was Ivar's birthday. I thought it was kind of cool.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And
And I vaguely remember it was brain's not working. Not Pat. Michael Cole. He said, you know, I asked Ivar. He asked Ivar what he wanted for his birthday, and Ivar responded to eat the flesh of the Creed brothers or something along those lines.
Something like that. I do remember that vaguely now. I didn't put it in there, but
it was a great match.
It was. It was just. Again, this is just a repeat match, and I mean, I feel like we're not progressing that story.
It's over now. Well, probably not, but I hope it's over now. Especially with whatever the fuck that was with Chad. Chad's gonna come back with a mask or whatever the fuck. Maybe he just got some new shoes or something. I don't fucking know.
Now he got magic Lucha Libre shoes.
Yeah. They lets him kick Lucha Libres in the face and I don't know. He making shit up. But
you had the LWO cutting the promo. You know, they were just basically out there talking about how, you know, New Day took out Rey Mysterio and how
you embarrassed our brothers last week, but you didn't finish the job.
And then I watched Rey Mysterio and he's like, so we're going to finish the job. Next week, New Day
versus Ray and Dragon Lee in a tornado tag team match. That means there's no. That means there's no tags and there's no disqualifications.
Yup. So we are going to have one hell of a match.
And you want to know what I want? What I want to see happen? I don't want it to be a match. I want the other two members of the LWO to come out there and just curb stomp the shit out of the New Day.
And I know this cannot happen. But I can dream, and in my head, it will happen regardless. I'm sure both of you will agree. You know what I want to happen?
What?
Forget the other two members of LWO coming down and helping them.
Kofi and Kingston's families?
No.
Oh.
I want Big E to come and just body slam them two motherfuckers right through that ring.
Oh, that'd be great.
And I know it can't happen, guys. But in my head, trust me,
it's happening.
That already happened.
Yep.
The minute they started on Big E,
he just picked them both up, said, "Bitch, sit your asses down."
I mean,
but then we have Finn coming out there and talking mad shit to Breaker.
You're only the Intercontinental Champion because Judgment Day lets you be.
Yep. And you know, you're not gonna come down to this ring because you know that I can take that title whenever I damn well please. So Braun Breaker's like, bet! And he runs down to the ring, and then Apple Boy tries to attack him, and he gets power slammed. And then Dominic tries to attack him, and he gets power slammed. And then Finn's like, oh fuck! Breaker runs into the ring, and I'll give Finn his credit. He hits the sling blade or whatever it is, starts beating him up, but Breaker just tosses him off, beats his ass, and he's getting ready to spear this man clean in half before Dominic
pulls him out of the ring, and they run up the apron. And you called it! Tafari called it, guys, 100%.
Apple Boy was still down there reeling from getting his ass beat.
And what did you say? Apple Boy's about to get his ass whooped.
Yep. So Breaker turns the corner, sprints up, and spears Carlito in half. And you just see Finn like, fuck. as he's hobbling up the whatever it's called. The ramp, yeah. Up towards
whatever
back.
It's called, the ramp.
The ramp, yeah. Words are hard, leave me alone. But yeah, he gets his ass. They all get their ass beat.
Again.
Yeah.
And you know what that means?
3 versus 1. It's still not quite as bad as the 4v1 against Damian Priest, but it's still pretty damn bad.
Yep.
But then you had Jay walking out of the arena, and he was basically just talking about Gunther, putting him to sleep.
You know,
he's like, he's out here every day, giving me self-doubt, making me feel bad about myself, making me regret everything. But you know what? Putting me to sleep today,
it woke up a beast.
And so
at WrestleMania, I'm gonna become champion. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then he walks off into the winter with no shirt on.
Yeah, they were talking about that. I forgot about that. Like, it is like 30 degrees outside, and he just walked out with. But I'm telling you, this dude was on fire.
Oh yeah, he was heated.
You could like legit tell. 'Cause, I mean, he yeeted, but it was like.
It was like an angry, like 4 letters, 1 word, yeet. Like angry eating.
Yeah. Like he was.
I love that phrase, angry eating.
Angry eating.
Yeah. But
and then you had Bianca walking down the ring. We had.
Oh right, yeah. I forgot. She goes down to the ring for the main event, Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley, and this was up until the ending a fan-fucking-tastic match. Back and forth, counter for counter. Rhea giving Io everything she has, and Io keeps kicking out. And then the end.
It was both of them. It was both.
Yeah,
They were legit. But what was really, I think it happened after. But then, Bianca is caught by Rhea cheering Io.
Yeah, because what happened was they both got I think it was Rhea who delivered like a power, like a backdrop outside of the ring. And they're basically both down on the outside of the ring on a count out. Rhea gets in at like 5, and Bianca is like, pounding on the ground, like, come on, Io, get up, come on, Io. And she gets back in like a 9 count. And Rhea,
just like,
incredibly, like, this is why I had a problem with it. It was so out of character.
And I know I didn't bring this up, and I didn't get a chance to really show you guys, because I literally got everything I had together. And this was a whole, like, backstage thing that they had done that Rhea even called herself out on it. She's like, I let Bianca get to me. I let everything get to me.
Yeah.
I'm better than this.
Yeah. Rhea slides out of the ring. She's up in Bianca's face like, what, you don't want to face me at WrestleMania? You want blah, blah, blah. Pushes her. Then Bianca gets up, pushes her back.
Cars comes out of the ring.
Yeah, it's like separates them like, no, we're not doing this right now. We're in the middle of a match. Piss the fuck off.
Yeah.
And like, get back in the ring.
Sits back down.
Rhea gets back in the ring, and she grabs Io Sky up and gets ready to deliver a riptide off the top rope. She turns to Bianca, and she's like, I'll see you at WrestleMania. And then Io counters with
the insane elbow. That starts it. Then she does the Oscar lock.
No, that was way before. Well, but she does do all though. Yeah, she
basically credit to
all of her damage control. The insane elbow, the Oscar lock, all those things. But no, she counters with like, she just like puts her legs over her head and tosses her out. Then she hits the somersault over the moonsault. That's it.
Yeah.
And then she wins, and she becomes our new champion. And don't get me wrong, I have zero problem with Io Sky winning the title.
I'm gonna get to that. But, and I'm not trying to say I called it, but I did say it.
Yeah, that none of the other
before the match. I said it to both of you. I was like, I'm not saying Rhea's losing, because I do think, and this is what everybody said too. This is not just the 3 of us. This is a throwaway match. We all know Rhea's going to Mania.
Yeah.
Why are we doing it? But I made it a point to say, no titles have changed hands tonight.
Yep.
Usually, at least one title changes hands, especially when we have 3 titles on the line.
Oh, yeah.
One of them is going to change hands. Now, there's been times it hasn't. But on a 50-50 slide, I'm going to go probably about 60-40.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Exactly.
once again, I have zero problem with Io Sky winning the title. But she should have just won the title. We didn't need any of that with Bianca Belair.
And Rhea, again, I think is something we need to bring up. And I know I brought up a little bit earlier, but they made it a point to show, even during the broadcast, Rhea was destroyed.
Yeah, like
she's like, this is not me, this is not me, this is not me, this is
yeah,
not
you know,
me.
stupid, idiot, whatever. It's like,
know,
but we didn't need that though.
But I think we do, and the reason I say that is something a lot of people are bringing up, and I hope they don't, but I totally see this path. Rhea is going to get into Mania for the simple fact we have a three-way. And I'm not saying I want it, but yet in the same breath, I'm saying I can see that being the path.
Yeah,
But I still think, and don't take this wrong, I love Rhea, I love Io, but I think by that time, because we have like
46, 45 days,
yeah,
something like that.
days. So we have a little over a month and a half of days. So that's roughly like what, 5-6 Raws
Yeah.
in there, 5-6 SmackDowns. I think we're totally going to see a Bianca heel turn within that time period.
Oh, 100%, yes. That I see.
And you're going to have Rhea kind of the middle card, because she does really good with that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she's full-blown heel, but she's not a full-blown face either.
Yeah. Like, she hasn't even, like, she's kind of been she's been, you know, mommy on top, whatever, but she hasn't been, like, a baby face.
Yeah, she's kind of always, she does really good not playing a card.
Yeah, just being her, being dominant in that ring.
Yeah. And that's what I think really, really caught everybody, off guard.
Yeah.
Because Rhea, and we've said it, even here, on here, Rhea's a fucking powerhouse.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
In that ring, Rhea is well among the top tiers.
Oh, 100%. There's a reason she's been champion 4 times.
And that's something I want to bring up. And this is something I found super interesting, and this is a good time to bring it up. Because now we know that Io is going to WrestleMania to face Bianca. At least currently.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're going to get to that again in a little bit. This is the first time Rhea has lost her title since 2021 to somebody other than Liv Morgan.
Yeah. And Liv is always, at least as far as I'm aware, she's always had to cheat to beat Rhea Ripley. Which is, once again, why I feel none of that was necessary. Io Sky should have beaten Rhea Ripley, hands down, no bullshit. She should have just beaten her. End of list. Because once, we even said it, that was completely out of, and I know she's after the match, like, you know, you're better than this, you're stupid, but, like, up until this point, we've had not even the slightest hint of Rhea Ripley cracking under the pressure, or anything even remotely like that.
But, again, and I'm gonna rehash the interview that they had with her. Then go to WWE YouTube channel, check it out. It was posted last night or today when this was up. So, but it's Alone, Rhea Ripley Alone, I think is the title of it. But she basically, I think it's Jackie comes up to her and she's like, so you just had a match with Io that you lost your title. What was going on? And she's like, I don't even know what happened out there. I just lost it. And she's like, you know, I know one of your best friends, Damian Priest, is now on SmackDown. You said Bianca was your friend. You said Io was your friend. She goes, yeah. And they've all proven me wrong. I only have me. I'm alone, and I need to learn that. And it's this whole like I'm hoping they're not gonna full blown make her heel again. Cause I love Rhea regardless.
Yeah, like once again, I don't know. It just feels completely random and out of the blue. Like, why isn't Io Sky your friend now? Because she beat you for the title?
I don't know.
It just feels random and out of character and unnecessary. Personally, I think this would have been 1,000% better if Io Sky simply beat her fair and square, no bullshit, and when it was all said and done, Rhea raises her hand. And I know that's cliche or whatever, but that's who Rhea Ripley is. You know, she's not afraid to admit.
And again, I think here's the thing. Do I think Io Sky was better last night? 100%. But like we've said, I love Rhea Ripley, but she was off. Like last night,
No,
even she brought it up that was out of character for her.
Yeah.
And I don't know why WWE is trying to go down this road with her, because I'm really worried about where this road is going to go, and
Yeah.
I don't want them to make her. Wait a minute.
What?
My light bulb just went on.
No, that's never a good thing. But continue.
She's alone. She's in a dark place
Mm-hmm.
right now, right?
Yeah. Are you thinking? Am I thinking what you're thinking? The Wyatts?
No.
Oh, I have no idea. Then.
I thought that's bad that you was going to.
Nope.
The only other one I can think of is Aleister Black. Oh, isn't that her husband?
No.
Oh.
That's Selena Vega, and she's on SmackDown, which usually they don't break up couples.
Mm-hmm.
But I want you to think about this for a second. We know we have the draft coming up after Mania.
Mm-hmm.
So if you bring him back within, say, a week or two, to kind of be like, hey, let me help you. Let me guide you. You know, whatever. However they word it. But then you have her go, they both get drafted to SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
For Zelina.
Mm-hmm.
For Aleister.
Mm-hmm.
Then they start working together, create maybe another faction that can go against the Wyatts. Because Aleister Black in AEW had what he called the House of Black.
Mm-hmm. I remember you talking about that.
So, what if he creates, and I'm not saying they're going to call it House of Black, but he creates a new House of Black to essentially go against the Wyatts.
I can kind of see that, but
Because Rhea's a dark character anyway.
you know,
Like, I love Rhea. She is absolutely beautiful. She is amazing in that ring. But she's always been that dark character.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, come on. Her intro, the first thing you hear is, "This is my brutality."
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that
right.
ain't no ball in the ring.
No, it's raining outside. Anyway,
So, I mean, to just sit there and think who would be best to kind of hold her under his wing and say, "I got you. Let's do this." Because here's the thing, too. You want another link to Aleister Black? Buddy Murphy was in House of Black, who is Rhea Ripley's husband.
I guess so. Yeah.
So I'm not saying I'm right, but I'm just saying I said it right here, and if it happens, it happens. And y'all know that I called it, and nobody else has said anything. This is 100% CK saying this is what could happen. And when it happens, y'all can look back and be like, "Holy crap, CK called it." No, I take credit for it. No, kidding.
Alrighty. But now we have some rumors and storylines.
Here I can do this a little bit.
Alright, I have to pull up.
Yeah, go ahead and pull that up while I'm doing this. This is something I want to bring up for the two here also, and for anybody who watches this internationally, whatever. SmackDown SmackDown, Raw, NXT, all of them that are on Netflix for you. If they're on Netflix, they are going to be broadcast live when they go to the foreign countries. So which means when Netflix goes to, or not Netflix, when Raw goes to London, Germany, all of that, they are going to be live, which, like, if their broadcast starts at 7 p.m. Central Time, which I looked up, it will be 1 p.m. Monday for us.
Yeah.
So basically, when you come home from work on Monday, we probably will not stream. We will go ahead and watch Raw.
I mean, we can always just watch it at our regular time. I feel like that works better than...
Hold on. I'm going to tell you why. Because that would also give me more time to kind of break everything down and give me a little bit more. Because all the rumors and stuff are going to be up for me.
Yeah, I guess so.
Not all the rumors, but all the...
Yeah.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Videos.
Spoilers.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't want to have to... No, because I watch a lot of that stuff, and it's going to pop up on my recommended.
Yeah.
And even in the highlights, I'm going to see it.
Yeah.
The thumbnails, that's what I'm trying. Even in the thumbnails, I'm going to see...
Yeah, I get you.
You know, John Cena beats the hell out of Cody again. I'm like, ah!
Yeah.
Okay, so I do want to watch it when we can. So even if it is early,
Fair enough.
and
Exactly.
the reason I say that is, I'm not asking you guys to help me, but help me,
I get you.
because you might not know as much, but you know full well because me and you are on the same boat here. We watch YouTube probably 99% of the day.
Oh yeah, it's impossible to avoid spoilers. Honestly, it's a miracle that I managed to avoid. Like I said, I know this is off subject, but Marvel, Avengers Infinity War, I didn't watch that until like a month before Endgame came out, and somehow I managed to avoid all the spoilers on it. And then the day I'm going to see Endgame, I get spoiled on the ending, so I know how that is, trust me.
But, so I don't want to have to deal with that, especially since I do break this down every single week.
Yeah, I get you. Alright.
I would much rather get to it, even if we do it at 2, we can cancel.
Oh, I think I already pulled this up. My bad. So, yeah, we're gonna...
But...
Oh,
did you
yeah.
put it up on stream?
I think I accidentally pressed the
I
button.
don't see it on stream yet.
Did I not? I thought I accidentally pressed the button, but I might
No.
not have.
But, this again...
No, I did. I accidentally pressed the button. So...
I don't see it on stream still.
I do.
Okay, there it is. Okay, again, this is... Now I see it.
Yeah. So Ron...
Again, go ahead.
Ron Killings, who is R-Truth, obviously we all know, Little Jimmy, R-Truth is the biggest John Cena fan of all time. We've talked about
Move
it...
it down a little bit.
Down?
Or up, whatever.
That's as far as it goes.
Because we are right in the way of what it says.
We are...
Yes.
Here, we're gonna... Oh god, that's not working. Well, here, we'll just...
Go to...
Nope, that... Well, here, I'll just read it for you, since you can't apparently see it because our face cam's in the way. But it says... R-Truth tweeted out, "What about Cena Nation? What about the fans? John, are you really saying, fuck them kids?" Asking for a friend, by the way. Yeah.
And again, Truth is absolutely beautiful. I love our Truth. And I found out something today. And if you don't know, go check it out. I might see if I can post a video in there. And you even listened to it. Thought it was pretty good.
Yeah,
he's a rap artist.
Yeah, he has
Like
music
2 albums out.
from like 5 years ago, so...
Well, he's got a new one that just dropped last week or whatever.
Oh, I didn't know that. But yeah, the one I listened to was
Yeah.
like from 5 years ago. But yeah.
But so I thought that was kind of cool. So I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. But this is the part I wanted to get to. Kind of let everybody know. Triple H has said there is more changes, more twists and turns coming before WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, again, we already saw one big twist. How many more twists?